Well, hey there, everybody. It's Tracy. Back on here today is Tuesday, May 19th, and I'm heading home after work. Thought I'd jump on and talk to y'all for a minute. I don't have too much to say. I didn't get a video out last week because it is what I like to call Hell Week in my house. Because there seems to be so much happening all at once. So, of course, everybody's school time is coming to an end for summer vacation or graduation and such. And then that on top of having actually about 5 family birthdays in 1 week. And one of those is Trent's, and he celebrated his 68th birthday on Thursday. And then, we had travel out of state, and we had my niece graduating, and she was valedictorian of her class, and so making sure that we were there for that. And just a whole bunch of things. And so it's always an extremely busy week, and we managed. We got through it. Take all of that compiled with multiple appointments. Both Trent and I had doctor's appointments, and I had 2 appointments that just dropped in, and it's not things that we know in advance. Really, whenever it comes to me, we know that it's generally going to happen, but we don't know exact days and times. It's just dependent on my cycle, and so that threw some more chaos in there. And I waited until the last minute to book hotel reservations and all of that. And so I don't I don't mind going on trips and doing such. There is a deer crossing the highway. Give me just a minute, because where there's a doe, there's usually a buck. I'm not seeing any though, so we're going to continue on here. But, I'm okay with like travel and being somewhat spontaneous. I would call it like controlled spontaneous or spontaneity, because I don't mind going and playing and like winging it, but I want to know where I'm laying my head at night. If that makes sense to anybody else. If it's chickens, it's controlled free range is how I used to look at it, where we would let them free range during the day, but every night they were put up. And so I feel like that's my spontaneity level is the same, where we can go out and play during the day, but I want to know where I'm going to put my head at the end of the day. So I did wait making reservations, but it actually worked out for us. Any travel, it's expensive right now, but we actually stayed in a casino hotel that's new to the area near my sister's place. And the casino opened up in December this last year, and the hotel part opened up in January. And so everything's like brand spanking new, and it was so nice. And the price was comparative to other things. Now, of course, they don't have certain like amenities like breakfast and such like that. My guys are kind of touch and go on breakfast. We either really will pay up to get a really good hot breakfast included with our hotel stay, or we'll say forget it and we'll just grab something cheap, out and about. And we kind of did that. And honestly, we were sleeping in anyhow, and so we missed breakfast. We ended up having an early lunch or brunch type meal rather, because we did sleep in. I say the guys slept in, guys. I can't sleep in for the life of me, and so I guess I did sleep in an extra 30 minutes because I was up by 8 o'clock on Saturday, but that's about as much as I can do. And it's a strain to get me to do that. So anyhow, we had tons going on as far as TTC and trying to conceive and appointments and all of that. I had IUI attempt number 5 on Friday morning, and that was the same day of my niece's graduation, and so we were heading out of state immediately after my appointment, and traveling, well, it was 5 hours from a doctor's appointment, and it worked out perfect. It was the perfect trip. I had never gone that route before. It was beautiful country roads, a lot of it 4-lane, which really helps with things. And it was just a really good trip. It allowed us extra time to make little stops and excursions, and so we stopped off at a couple of different Amish shops on our way down, and tried like cheeses and different farm stand products, as well as purchasing, of course, hand pies. Is one of Trent's favorite things, is a peach hand pie, and so they definitely partook in that nice excursion. The IUI went just fine as before. It was a nurse that I had previously, so there was some familiarity there. And after this one, I have one sperm sample still in reserves, but the numbers were great. As far as motility, you had to have at least 40, a score of 40 on the motility part, and we actually had a score over 50 on motility. And then whenever it came to the quantity of sperm themselves, like you have to have at least 1 million for the procedure, and we had 9 million. So if one of them would do their job, that would be great. And then, of course, leading up to this, we knew that I had originally, in my baseline, I had 3 eggs that looked to be pretty good. And then in my follow-up, it looked like one was definitely the strongest egg. And that's what we were trying to promote. But we don't do any other ultrasounds or anything like that to see if any others actually develop to a viable size. So all we can do is say that the one was a viable egg, which is what's supposed to happen. It's natural to have one viable egg available. So we're trying. We're in the 2-week wait now, and I test on the 29th of this month. Today I began taking my progesterone. It's 1 capsule twice daily, inserted vaginally. My absolute least favorite part about the entire process. And my nurse and I were actually joking around about it whenever the IUI was going on. But it is the worst part. As you can imagine, there's no thrill in having to take a capsule in that manner. And then also, I do get some side effects from taking it, and if I was to take it orally, we've gone down that road, and I have horrible side effects. So this is what has to be done. I will continue taking it until I test, and then kamikaze bird, sorry. And then if I test positive, I continue taking it until I'm 10 weeks along. If I test and I'm negative, then I can discontinue it for the time being. Anyhow, that's what's going on. And I hope everybody did okay yesterday. Here in Northeast Kansas, we had severe weather going on, and the tornado sirens were going off for about an hour's time. We were expecting to get severe winds, which to me, whenever they talk about flash flooding and tornadoes and, severe thunderstorms or hail, things of that nature, none of that really scares me except for the winds. Whenever they're talking about wind gusts up to 70 or 80 miles per hour, then I start getting freaked out. But it did not come to that in our area. And so if you were somebody impacted by those storms yesterday evening, gosh, I mean, I can't imagine, and I hope that you're faring well this morning, and I hope that you have a community and a support network around you while you're trying to figure things out today. But we were very fortunate in our neck of the woods, and we didn't get as much as what they were predicting. So anyhow, just jumping on to say hi, and I'm still here, and we're in that 2-week wait, so I'm trying to find things to keep myself busy. I'm going through closets, and I am purging a whole bunch of stuff because that's normal for me, especially seasonally. And the guys kind of already know, and they've been helping out as much as they can too, and carrying things and getting it where I need it, and getting ready for a garage sale, and just getting rid of things. So that's what's going on with me. It'll keep me busy for at least this week, and then next week, of course, the second week of that wait is always the hardest, so I'm going to be looking for more to do. Anyhow, thanks for joining in and checking in, and I will see y'all next time.